Hey y'all, it's Brittany.
And it's Juke, and you are now tuned into 10-Minute Topics with the Finance Dolls. What's our topic today?
Today's topic is the B word.
Oh, the B word. That could be anything.
It could.
All right, so before we jump into the topic, why don't we play a little game?
Let's do it. You know I love a good game.
All right, today's game is gonna be Guess the B word.
All right.
All right, I hope y'all got your notepads out at home. Ready?
I'm
to
ready.
guess?
I'm ready.
Okay, so she owns a real or fake Chanel bag, but can't seem to find her wallet every time it's time to pay. All right, I'm gonna give you options because it's multiple choice. Is it A, bougie and broke? Or is it B, bougie on a budget?
Ooh, me, please.
All right, Brittany, you're up. Take it away.
Does she be having her ID with her though?
She has that ID, girl. She has the ID, honey.
Okay, well definitely broke and bougie.
Okay, broke and bougie.
I'm sorry. It's bougie and broke. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, so next and final question. We're only gonna do two because it's 10-minute topics. All right, so he chose to buy a 1998 BMW over a 2021 Camry because he said, and I quote, "I won't be caught dead in a Camry." All right, so here are the options. A, bougie and broke, or B, bougie on a budget. Oh, Brittany, you're on fire today. Let us know, what is it?
I think it's C.
C.
Just broke.
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. It was actually a trick question.
Did you say it was a 1988?
A 1998 Camry.
Oh, 1998.
1998 BMW.
Oh, should have bought a Honda.
About a Honda. All right, so let's jump into it. Actually, the B word today is budget, and we're going to be discussing budgets. But the first thing we need to talk about is why should you have a budget? Because a lot of people feel like if I make enough money, then I don't feel like I should have to budget, right? So what are your thoughts on that? The corporate black girl budgeting baddie?
You know, that's what they call me. I feel like it's very important to have a budget or plan if you hate the word budgets, because you do have to account for every dollar, right? If you don't know where your money's going, the money's gonna spend you. So I feel like a budget or plan is a way for you to spend that money. And I mean, do you know how many people that are entertainers or athletes that went broke from not having financial plans?
Let's pull them up, shall we? No, we ain't gonna do that.
We know, and they know who they are.
They know who they are.
No, but I feel like it's very important. Money management is just one aspect of having wealth and those riches that everybody talks about.
That's good. I also think that like this, what you need to understand about spending money is that every dime or dollar that you spent is spent with hours of your life. So I've said this before on like a little Facebook video that I did like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I got a lot of people like saying like, "Oh my God, that's crazy. I never thought about this." And I'm gonna give it to you like this, right? Let's say that you make $10 an hour. If you go out and you buy something for $10, whether it's a Chick-fil-A meal or whatever it is, you literally just spent an hour of your life on that meal. Why? Because it took you an hour of your time to generate that money, and you spent it with hours of your life. Absolutely. So I think that budgets are important because not only are you making sure you account for your money, but you're also making sure that you account for your time. And we know that your time is your most valuable asset, right? So if you don't want people wasting your time, then why would you just waste your money, right? And without a budget, money is just falling and slipping through the cracks, in my personal opinion. But I will say this, I do hate budgets, so I don't like them. I really don't. I do not like budgets. So I had the budgeting baddie actually help me put together a budget because I do realize the importance of them because I was a financial advisor for nearly 10 years. And that's my background. But so since you are the budgeting baddie, so much so that you even helped me and I was a financial advisor, can you share with the people really quickly how to create a simple but effective budget?
Yeah, I think there's like 5 things to do to create a simple but effective budget. And the first thing is to just organize your expenses and your finances, right? Grab just 3 months of your bank statements, right, where you spend your money from, and just literally organize it from what do I spend on my cost of living or household expenses like rent, mortgage, lights, everything that you those necessities. Yeah. Then calculate your discretionary or those daily living or like fun, shopping, going out to eat, traveling, what have you. and get that on paper, right? Because you want to know where your money's being spent. Number 2, then you calculate your current spending. So after you kind of organize everything, now you're calculating it. So how much do I spend on my cost of living? How much do I spend having fun? And get an idea of that. Then 3, you make a plan. You set your goals, right? What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to save? Are you trying to see where you can make money, or both? So you set your goals, because without goals, you're just going to be doing something and you'll never achieve anything, right? And 2, I mean, hey, it gives you an incentive. When you reach your goal, you can spoil yourself a little bit. Bougie on a budget, okay? We ain't just on a budget.
Yeah.
And then number 4, once you set your goals, you create a plan. So whether it be cutting out certain things in order to get to that goal, if you want to save, right? Because what I found is a lot of people, once we go through their budgets, they end up having hundreds of dollars that they didn't even account for. They have no idea where it went. So once you create that plan, you're able to say, hey, this is how much I'm spending on this. This is how much I'm going to spend on that. And this is what I'm going to save for. Whether it be for vacation, wedding, just to save, to invest, whatever it is, set your goals. And then 5, just stick to your plan. Once you create the plan, you just stick to it. So it's I like to say it's easy. The hard part is the discipline and the self-accountability. Yeah, but I mean, you know, budgeting and how you manage your money has a lot to do with how you feel about yourself, right? When you feel your best, you get your stuff together. A lot of people will say, hey, I'm going to come back and create a plan once I get my stuff together. But budgets are actually a way to get your things together, but also keep them together. So that's how I feel about that.
That's really good though. Like, I'm glad you're able to roll off that quickly, the 5 effective steps. I'll tell you, like, organizing your money was one of the biggest things for me, because when I looked at my statement, I literally could not believe how much money I was spending on eating out and fast food. Like, I am embarrassed to say, and it's because, like, you think it's the big amounts, like, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna, take this trip or so on and so forth. You might spend $1,000 1 year or $2,000 1 year taking trips. But then you might spend $1,000 a month on food, because that's close to what I was spending. Like that Uber Eats and all that stuff, it adds up.
$30 adds up quickly.
It does, and next thing you know, you're at $1,000. So it's crazy. It's so good for you to organize your expenses, and take a look at those things and see where you're directing your money to. And it might be some slight changes that might save you $500 a month or whatever. So that was really good. Really quickly, I do have a question though. So you talked about tracking your spending. So once you organize your expenses, you know what you're spending your money on. You talk about tracking. How do you track your expenses, or is there a way that you recommend?
I like to use spreadsheets. So I have like literally a spreadsheet. You calculate it. You can go on Fiverr or get somebody who's like an Excel guru that kind of puts everything together so you can continue to use it, and it like auto calculates. And then I just split up what are my household, what are my discretionary, then I might have like debts like student loans, car, things like that, and then what am I saving? And literally calculate it. You plug it in, and that way you want to utilize it in order to know what you need to do to reach your goals, and then you need to have one to actually calculate whether or not you're sticking to those goals.
That's good. That's good. And I also think too, like if spreadsheets and things like that give you anxiety, I do think it's a good idea for you to reach out to somebody that can help you create the budget. So you can absolutely reach out to us, and we may help you be able to create it for you. If not, we can most certainly point you in the direction of somebody that can help you not only create a budget, but pull your expenses and such together, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't know how much money is coming in, and you don't know how much money is going out either. That's a bad position to be in. I'll say the last thing is this, like, when we were going through my budget, right, you told me that there was a certain like percentage that we need to stick to know if I'm like on or off track, or if I'm doing things the way that I'm supposed to do. Will you talk about what that percentage is? Yeah,
the 50-30-20 rule. So very quickly, 50% or less should be spent on your household. That 20% should be saved, and then the 30% of your income, total income, should be spent on those daily living and fun activities. Personally, I like the 50-30-10-10 because I like to save for a rainy day, but also have my investment savings and things of that nature as well.
I like that. It's good. So later we will talk about savings and investing. So as always, we're going to give you some homework, and this homework is going to be a little bit tougher, but your call to action today is we want you to actually go and try to formulate a budget for yourself. If you can't, using Brittany's 5 principles, if you can't do that, please reach out to us so we can point you in the direction of someone. And then also see if you're even close when you're organizing your expenses to the 50, 30, 20 rule. Last but not least, will you please like, subscribe, and we will see you in the comments.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
See ya. Till next time.